What's up, rosebuds? Oh, my rosebuds. It's been a minute since I've had you all to myself. I'll give you all a second while you guys are coming into the room. Um, I have some interesting things to talk to you all about. And I'm also streaming from my second channel, Power and Petals, or right? That's my second channel. Yeah. Oh, but my face is super itchy. I don't know if you saw my community post, but I'm really going through it over here. So I promise not to keep you all long. I just wanted to try out this new time to see if it was good for everybody. It kind of feels like super strange going on while the sun is still outside. Um, but today's show, we're going to talk about three little salacious topics that are in the news today. One is super funny, or at least to me. You all know I work in government, so there's never a dull moment there. But um, yeah, so I have three points or topics that I want to talk about today. Um, it's today's title is Shot Scandals in Spain. The White House chaos nobody can ignore. Okay. If you don't know, I'm biracial. My mother is Spanish, and my mother and father, they live half the year in Spain. And the rest of the year, they're here with me in Georgia. So, what's going on here in America with the United States? Is affecting them, believe it or not. They never thought that that would be the case, but here we are. That is the case. So we'll be talking about that today too. I'm going to start keeping the Rose Report just solely on the news, okay? And I'm going to transition it onto my next channel. That is Power and Petals with Raquel, okay? But I wanted to start off today's show. I think we'll start with a video instead of I think we'll start off with a video instead of me reading to you all a news article, but yeah, okay. So tonight's Rose Report is giving a little bit of national security, just a little bit. Of what I can talk about. So, national security, political scandal, and international side eye all in one episode. Okay. We've got a shooting scare near the White House Correspondents Dinner. That video was funny. Allegations swirling around FBI Director Kash Patel and his drinking, and the US putting pressure on Spain, like, we're in a diplomatic group chat gone wrong. Okay. People in Spain are up in arms over this whole thing with Trump. Okay. This is literally leadership under pressure at home and abroad. So, without further ado, I'm going to share this screen with you all and we are going to start talking about it. So, let's talk about the correspondence dinner. Okay. Did y'all hear about that? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely nuts. Okay. I'm going to start by showing you guys this article. Some people are saying that they feel like it was basically the president. Um, he's staging this so that he can build his ballroom. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I agree with that so much. Let me give a shout out to you guys in the chat. Death the Reaper, he says, hit the like button. Thank you so much, sir. Pooh Man, thank you for dropping my Cash App and telling people to become a rosebud. I appreciate you so much, sir. You are the best subscriber ever. Rev Dr. JC, peace and blessings to you back. Love you to death. Lee Turner, good evening. Good evening. Hey, DeAndre. Yeah. Oh my God. Microneedling. Oh my God. My face is so itchy right now. Finally, the needle sensation has subsided from my face, but my face is still so itchy. So when I get off with you all, I'm gonna run to take a shower and just drench my face in aloe vera, okay, because it's itching so bad. I'm supposed to see the total benefits, you all, in 5 days, okay? So if my neck still looks a little blotchy and red and orange, no one was choking me. It's just the microneedling, okay? We're trying to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles here, okay? So whatever. What's up, Tony Golden? It's good to see you. And the Genius CEO, hey brother, it's good to see you. So I'm going to show you all this article. I'm going to read it to you all. Um, let's see. This correspondence dinner. Let's start with that one. I'm going to save the video for last about Kash Patel. It's really kind of sad. Like, he's really going through it right now. So y'all pray for us, because if our FBI director is having such a bad time, I doubt he can pay attention and focus to what's going on his job. So we all need to like really be praying for each other, okay? Because it's like scary times now. All right. So you guys know that there was a shooting at the Correspondents' Dinner, and they say that it was an attempt on Donald Trump's life. This is, again, what, the second attempt? Or is it, could it be considered the third? Because wasn't somebody taken down on the highway in Florida on the way to his house in Mar-a-Lago? Like, weird, okay? But I got this article here from PBS. And it says, Correspondents' Dinner shooting suspect wrote about grievances against Trump and targeting administration officials. Okay, so a man accused of opening fire at the White House Correspondents Association dinner railed against Trump administration policies and referred to him as a friendly federal assassin. Oh my God. Okay. No. Okay. We don't need people to take this kind of hobby up, okay? If you have a grievance with the president, you need to write your governor, your congressman, your House of Representatives point of contact, okay? You do not need to go and get yourself in a lot of trouble by trying to be some, political vigilante. Not cool, okay? But he referred to himself as a friendly federal assassin in writings sent to family members minutes before an attack that authorities increasingly believe was politically motivated, according to a message reviewed by the Associated Press. The writings sent shortly before shots were fired Saturday night at the Washington Hilton, which we're going to watch a video that's going to show the Washington Hilton, made repeated references to President Donald Trump without naming him directly, and alluded to grievances over a range of administration actions, including U.S. strikes on boats accused of smuggling drugs in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. Okay. Investigators are treating the writings, along with a trail of social media posts and interviews with family members, as some of the clearest evidence yet of the suspect's mindset and possible motives. Authorities have uncovered what one law enforcement official described as numerous anti-Trump social media posts linked to the suspect, Cole Thomas Allen, a 31-year-old California man accused of trying to breach a security checkpoint at the dinner while armed with multiple guns and knives. Weird. Okay. Allen's brother contacted police in New London, Connecticut, after receiving writings, according to law enforcement officials, who was not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigation and spoke on condition of anonymity. So basically, the person that's leaking this story, they don't want to be named, okay, but they want to give up the information. What's up, Cases and Cams? It's good to see you, sir. Good evening, y'all. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button like Cases and Cams said. Please listen to him, okay? But the new London Police Department said in a statement it was contacted at 10:49 p.m., about 2 hours after the shooting, by an individual who wanted to share information related to it. The police department said it then immediately notified federal law enforcement. Federal agents have also interviewed Allen's sister in Maryland, who told investigators her brother had legally purchased several weapons from a California gun store and stored them at her parents' home in Torrance without their knowledge, according to the official. She described her brother as prone to making radical statements, the official said. So, at least like the family members are trying to do the right thing here, okay? The writings examined by the AP ran more than 1,000 words and read as a rambling, deeply personal message, opening almost jarring with a casual "Hello, everybody." I know it's not funny, but y'all know where I got that "Hello, everybody" from Crispy. Crispy when he was talking about Tommy Sotomayor. Okay, I mean, okay. Um, Hello, everybody. Before shifting into apologies to family members and coworkers and even strangers he feared could be caught in the violence. Ugh. The note moved between confession, grievance, and farewell, with Allen thanking people in his life, even as he sought to explain the attack. I mean, good Lord. Okay. I mean, it's like, focus, dude. You're about to go and do something horrible. I just, it's like, why not reach out to people to just vent your grievances? I don't know why they do this. Like, and they're so young. He's 31 years old. He's 31. Elsewhere, he veered between political anger, religious justifications, and rebuttals to imagined critics. He also made a daunting critique of security at the Washington Hilton, mocking what he described as lax precautions and expressing surprise he was able to enter the hotel armed without detection. Oh my God. The Secret Service. What are y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? I mean, anytime I'm around the Secret Service, you can't push a button without them knowing that you're about to push a button. And I don't know how they know you're about to push a button, but yeah, okay. Like getting on the elevator with them, walking around where I work while they're there. I mean, they seem to be very good at their job. So maybe this particular hotel is so ritzy that they don't feel like they need to have those precautions that they have when they're at my job. But I've never been around Secret Service members that seemed lax on their job. So I don't know how true this is. Like, the AP limits the use of attack writings and social media posts to avoid amplifying their views or encouraging copycat actions. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. You guys, don't try to like copycat this crazy guy. Okay, this is not a good move. You do not. What's up, Nino? You do not want to try to do this because this is going to ruin your life forever. Like, even if, let's just say, for whatever reason you get off due to mental instability, you're never going to be able to have any kind of normalcy in your life because they're always going to be watching you. I mean, they're watching all of us, but they're going to be breathing down your neck when you try to do this kind of thing. So don't do this. The AP chooses to summarize their words and focus mainly on the victims and investigations. Allen legally bought a 38 caliber semi-automatic pistol in October of 2023 and a 12 gauge shotgun 2 years later, according to law enforcement officials. Okay, so he bought the 12 gauge, he bought the 38 in 2023 and a 12 gauge shotgun. Why don't they just say in 2025, according to the law enforcement official, and another one who also spoke on conditions of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigation. Allen is believed to have traveled by train from California to Chicago and then on to Washington, where he checked himself in as a guest days earlier at the hotel. Oh my God. At the hotel earlier where the gala dinner was held with its typically tight security, said acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. He is believed to have acted alone and is set to face criminal charges on Monday. You see how fast they're able to put this stuff together? Allen attempted to charge toward the cavernous ballroom at the Washington Hilton, but was tackled to the ground in a violent scene that resulted in shots being fired. Trump being hurried off the stage unharmed and guests ducking for cover beneath their tables. We're going to see some of that in a video I'm about to play. It doesn't appear that he did in fact set out to target folks who work in the administration, likely including the president. Okay, so they're saying his only target seems to have been Donald Trump, but as we all know, bullets don't have names on them. So you go taking a gun into a room full of people, even though you have the intention to hit one person, that doesn't mean that you're going to likely hit your target, and you can hurt people that are innocent. So that is, you guys do not do this. Okay, don't do this. Let's see. Social media posts that appear to match the suspect show he is highly educated. He is a highly educated tutor and amateur video game developer. I wonder what his favorite game is. Is it GTA? Is it Uncharted? Is it Mortal Kombat? I mean, I wonder what his favorite game is. In May of 2025, a profile photo of Allen appears to match the appearance of a man in a photo of the alleged attacker being taken into custody and was posted Saturday night by Trump. The photo posted on the social networking site LinkedIn shows him in a cap and gown after graduating with a master's degree in computer science from California State University. Dominguez Hills. Allen earned a bachelor's degree in 2017 in mechanical engineering from California Institute of Technology in Pasadena. So this man was super smart. What the hell? What is going on? He listed his involvement there in a Christian student fellowship and a campus group that battled with Nerf guns. God, he seems to really like guns. A local ABC station in Los Angeles included an interview with Allen during his senior year of college as part of a story about new technologies to help people as they age. He had developed a prototype for a new type of emergency brake for wheelchairs. This dude is super smart. What the hell? Allen contributed $25 to the Democratic Party Political Action Committee in support of Kamala Harris for president in 2024, according to federal campaign finance records. So not only is he educated and super smart, he knows the right way to do things. Like he's gone to school to get a bachelor's, he's gone to get a master's, he's developing a prototype soon to be patent for brakes on wheelchairs. He's donated and contributed to the Democratic Party for Kamala Harris out there in California. I mean, he seems to be a smart, well-rounded man. I wonder, like, what his family is thinking of all of this. Like, how do you go from being so well-rounded and so educated and so, like bright that you would go and you would start thinking of doing something so dangerous, so foolish, because you have to know that they're going to catch you. I mean, who has ever tried to hurt the president and then got away with it? It's never been a clean breakaway. So it's like anybody that's attempting to do this has to know that they're going to get caught. So it's like you couldn't deduce that with your engineering degree. That, I mean, even in gaming, the way my son screams and yells and hollers at his friends when they're, doing group gaming, and people find you when you least expect it. So even in the game, you're getting caught. So I'm just this I'm so like dumbfounded by this. The shooting at the security barricades happened minutes after the event got underway. So soon after the event started, that's when he kicked into action. The Secret Service and other authorities swarmed the room as guests ducked under tables by the hundreds. Gasps echoed through the ballroom as guests realized something was happening. Hundreds of journalists immediately got on phones to call in information. "Out of the way, sir," someone yelled. Others yelled to duck. From one corner, a "God Bless America" chant began as the president was escorted off stage. Outside the hotel, members of the National Guard and other authorities flooded the area as helicopters circled overhead. After an initial attempt to resume the event, it was scrapped for the night and will be rescheduled. Trump was unusually conciliatory after what he saw as a third attempt. I knew it. It was the third attempt on his life in less than 2 years. He suggested that his personal politics had made him a repeated target, but he also called for unity and bipartisan healing in an increasingly violent world. It's always shocking when something like this happens or happened to me a little bit. And that never changes, Trump told reporters in a hastily organized news conference at the White House late Saturday. You guys, how do we feel about this? Hey, TC, how do y'all feel about this? I mean, do y'all care that people are trying to take the president out? I mean, it's not a good look, and this young man has unfortunately ruined his life. Do y'all think it was him? Do you think this is like some deep fake kind of like situation? I don't know. Yeah, he's effing super duper dumb. Yeah, I mean, you can be so smart and then not have any common sense at all. I mean, an engineering degree is pretty tough. You think about all the math you have to do, all the science you have to do. A computer programming degree, my husband took computer programming. Oh my God. That was so hard. He would just like wake up in the middle of the night and run down to his computer because in his brain, he couldn't turn his brain off. His brain was constantly thinking of how to finish writing the program. I mean, you have to be really smart, but it's just like at some point, maybe the common sense just wasn't there. I don't know. Yeah. Um, let's say for 15 years, we've been told by the mainstream media to hate this one man with everything we have. Weak minds are easily manipulated. Great point, Tom Key. Great point. Great point. I do feel like the media does have a bit of a hand in this kind of like brainwashing, because now they have this thing called Trump derangement syndrome. Is this Trump derangement syndrome? And could we be having this syndrome because of the media constantly always painting him in such a bad light? He doesn't he doesn't do things like we're gonna see. He could be a little less spirited. um I don't know if that would help at all with the Trump derangement syndrome, but it just seems like, having this like bigger than life personality and like constantly barking at people, it doesn't seem to help the situation. You know what I mean? It's like if you could just like take your ego out of it, kind of just be I don't know, like be how you are with your family, if that makes sense, like kind of like bring the ego down, lead more with like heartfelt words instead of always, piss and vinegar. Maybe that would help him, with the media. yeah, I don't know, maybe that would massage him, but it seems to not help that we have a lot of female news correspondents, but yeah, I agree with that comment. That's why a lot of people think this assassin attempt was staged. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. I've heard that a lot, that it was staged, that he just wanted this to happen so that he could get the money, so that the Supreme Court judges would give him the money and grant him the money to finish that ballroom that he wants so bad, to finish the construction work on the ballroom, so they would have a place to have these kind of dinners, and then they wouldn't have to be reliant on places like convention uh, ballrooms in different hotels. So, I mean, it's just like that's a super dangerous way of, setting yourself up just to get a ballroom. So, I don't know about this. And let's see, the Irish beer lover. Okay. This guy literally has the words uh KILL Donald Trump on his Facebook. It should have been flagged immediately. Wow, I didn't know that. I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. I get on and I jump off. I typically go on just to say happy birthday to family members, and then I jump right off, right? Okay. So that was it. Let's see. It says, look at his ear. Real military men know that's not how scars heal, even with surgery. Wow. Okay, Casey. So you're saying that the first attempt was also not real either. So you don't believe any of these attempts. You're like, nah, you know what I mean? Like it is kind of like this man, it's showing it, or it seems the storyline seems to be like, he has 9 lives, like he can't be touched, like I don't there has there ever been so many assassination attempts on one president? I don't know. Like this is starting this is starting to become like it sounds like a Batman story, a Gotham City, a comic book reel, like, where the people who keep trying to take out the bad guy or the anti-hero, and they always miss, and they never get it done. It's like, is he writing this story? Is the story he wants us to remember in history? Like, I don't know. Um, SAS, Stephen A. Smith was there and real shots were fired. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm about to show one of these videos that I have pulled up. This one guy that so this article, guys, I'm going to have it linked in the description of this video so that you guys can go back and read it. Like I said, I pulled it from PBS. And it was written on April 26th. So it's pretty recent. That's why I picked it. It's free, so you won't get hit with the sign up or you need a subscription in order to read it. I kind of try to be fair at work. We are subscribed to all these things, but I know that if I tap into them, you guys likely don't have a free subscription like I do. So I try to pull the articles that are free for everybody so that you guys can enjoy them too. Send them to your parents, your sisters, your brothers, people that are, maybe thinking of doing something so crazy. Or that you would think wouldn't do it, but could be, if you hear any of your friends or family talking crazy, um, let them know, hey, read this article, calm down, talk to your family, keep it in your journal, keep it offline. Don't put things like this on Facebook, your Pinterest, Twitter. Like, don't do that. Winston, go sit down. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this other video. Um, so this video here, is it's going to talk about Kash Patel. And Kash Patel he's got quite a reputation going around about him. Okay. They're saying he's drinking on the job. They're saying that he's not really into work the way he's supposed to be, that he can't really get into doing his job properly because he's worried about getting fired. A lot of us in the government are worried about, getting fired, or what you would call it, rift, basically let go. You see that the Trump administration is like firing, different people for different reasons. Like the guy from the Navy, he just got let go. I mean, every day somebody from the administration is being let go. Okay. So they're saying he's so paranoid about getting fired by Donald Trump that he's drinking a lot. Now, this is a rumor. This is alleged. This is what we're hearing. I don't know this to be true. I've never seen the guy. We have talked about him on Smell the Roses before, where we talked about his weird, wonky FBI Air Force Ones, or, whatever. But so this video here that I'm going to show you guys is from a YouTuber who also goes on to, the different news networks. His name is Adam Mokler. You'll see him in this clip. You'll see him while we're watching this. He'll be in the clip that we're watching, but he'll be talking to the actual news network as one of their news anchors. So I thought this was cool. So it's like him reviewing himself on a major news network, but he's going to be talking about, this video is titled "Kash Patel Catches His Girlfriend Cheating on Him." Now, this could be another reason why he's doing so much drinking and not really focused on the job. But for somebody to be the FBI director and to be acting like this is just kind of weird and wonky. So I'm going to make this big. And I'll also drop the link to Adam's channel in the description after this video, so you all can go and give him a like, a share, and watch the video without my commentary. If you haven't hit the like button for me, please hit the like button. I'm streaming from 2 channels, so I'm trying to get my new channel some views. Maybe you all can go and give my second channel a subscribe as well. That channel will be dedicated to adult civics. So we'll be learning about the government on that channel solely. I needed to kind of like keep Smell the Roses more commentary, fun, jovial. And this next channel, we'll still be having fun, but it'll be more like we'll be learning more. There'll be spreadsheets. There'll be different little tips and tricks on how you can know what's going on in your city, whether you're in a county or a city, things like that. So stay tuned. I'll be doing videos on that channel Saturdays at 5. But enough of that. Here we go. This is Adam's video on Kash Patel.
FBI Director Kash Patel may have some serious emotional trauma for the rest of his life after this reporting that we got about his girlfriend at the White House Correspondents Dinner during the time that a shooter tried to rush the lobby a few floors above where the actual dinner was being held. Now, of course, the shooter was apprehended. We've learned that he was staying in that hotel for a few days, and that's how he was able to gain access and just run through the lobby. He very quickly got tackled to the ground after gunshots went off, and now Kash Patel has been seen in multiple situations on camera in like a fight, flight, or freeze moment. It used to just be fight or flight, but then people realized freeze is a very real thing that people do, right? Kash Patel, in every single video that I'm about to show you, just froze. For a normal person, that's one thing, but this is our FBI director. He's supposed to have initiative or take leadership or have proactive measures to make sure they're gathering information, assembling the right forces, making the right calls. Kash Patel is just stunned, entirely stun-locked, and doesn't know what to do. And this shows a lack of experience, qualification, and confidence in his role. I mean, even hell, I was taking initiative when I was at a separate counter event to the dinner for new media at Substack. And I was like, okay, team, we got to go over here. We got to do this, record this video and get it up. Kash Patel didn't do any of that. He is an absolute shell of a human being that has zero leadership capability. Maybe that's why his girlfriend doesn't really like him anymore. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. We're going to walk through all of this. But I want to point out this has been a humiliation ritual for not only Kash Patel, but also Donald Trump himself, who did a 60 Minutes interview this morning. And he had to say the words out loud, quote, "I'm not a rapist. I'm not a pedophile. I didn't rape anybody." When the president of the United States is having to say those words, deny that 12 hours after somebody tried to rush the lobby and got tackled, we are in a very, very depraved reality. But the reason why Trump had to say that is because the shooter left a manifesto calling Trump all of these things, and now he's on live television denying it. They say in politics, when you're explaining, you're losing. And Donald Trump is currently having to explain right now that he's not a pedophile on live television. Watch this.
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, "Administration officials, they are targets." And he also wrote this, "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Oh,
I'm not a
do you think he was
pedophile.
referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein.
Okay, a few things. First of all, when you're explaining, you're losing. He has to sit there for multiple minutes and say he's not a rapist and not a pedophile. Number two, he was not totally exonerated whatsoever. He was not exonerated at all. He was held civilly liable for sexual assault of E. Jean Carroll in the state of New York. You can look it up. It happened. Donald Trump was proven guilty by a jury. This absolutely happened. So he's lying. Number three, I do want to revisit for 1 second a lot of my audience members who have been emailing me and saying that this was entirely staged and entirely fake. If it were, then the theory is that, I guess Kash Patel in his incompetent state wrote this letter so that it would leak and so that Donald Trump basically would have to address the fact that he's a rapist or a pedophile on live television. It just doesn't seem like good PR for Donald Trump at this point. I don't think this was part of their plan. I also think if there was any evidence it was staged, some of the top tier journalists who were in that room would have potentially called that out. We've got people like Caitlin Collins, who I trust. Wolf Blitzer has been doing this for decades. We have people in that room like the new TMZ guys who would have every single incentive to break this story. They're all like, holy shit, that was pretty crazy, right? But to continue, Trump continues to defend himself.
Or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead. Let's finish the interview.
I literally just said on television the other day how Donald Trump can't even look at a female reporter without attacking her. I also really like that once he starts saying, "I'm not a rapist, I'm not a pedophile," she essentially says, "Oh, you thought he was talking about you." Just take a listen. This is really good.
I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
Ooh, that's a really, really good line from her because she didn't say it was about him. He just assumed immediately when he saw the word rapist and pedophile that it was him. Very embarrassing from the president of the United States. Let me talk about the manifesto while we're looking at it. This is page 2 of it. And he talks about, the lack of security that was there. He talks about his apologies to the people around him. But at the very top of this letter, he actually addresses Kash Patel himself in a way that's kind of inexplicable. It says, while I'm discussing this, I'll also go over my expected.
You know what, Sergeant Major Fish? I said the same thing when I watched this earlier and I noticed that he had on the blue tie. I said the same thing. I was like, ooh. Look at us being very perceptive.
rules of engagement, probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible. Capitol Police, same as hotel. It's just the line right here, not including Mr. Patel. So he's going after every single administration official. But for some reason, Kash Patel is one step too far. Continuing along the lines of the manifesto, right after Donald Trump calls Norah O'Donnell a disgrace and a horrible person, she decides to thank him and celebrate him for going last night.
Well, I know the White House Correspondents Association very much appreciates you going last night and honoring a commitment to do it
I
again.
hope we're going to do it again. Nora, tell him to get it going, and we should do it within 30 days.
This is disgusting. This is unreal. Remember, I had a clip on CNN where I was calling this exact type of behavior out. Watch.
There are a lot of people who think that reporters shouldn't even go to the dinner because of.
You guys, this is him. And the reason why he's saying it's disgusting, because so many people were just in jeopardy of losing their lives. Had this man open fire, Trump likely wouldn't have been the only one hit. Now, I was just involved in a active shooter event on August 8th, 2025. Okay. The building where the federal building where I work was shot at, and the person put over 250 rounds of bullets inside of the buildings that we were all working in. So it is really real that these violent attacks with GUNSs are happening. And so it's like, to say let's do it again so soon while people are still getting over their PTSD, that's what he's calling disgusting. I see where you guys are like, you know what, who is this guy? This is the guy here we're watching. He's doing commentaries on YouTube, but this is him down in the bottom on CNN talking to CNN News. James Horton is like, who is this clown?
Everything you just delineated, which is just a small fraction of what President Trump has done in terms of his hostility towards the press. Do you think that we shouldn't be going to the dinner? What's your take on all that?
Listen, I totally understand going to the dinner is part of the job. Showing face is very important, but I don't think we are obligated to show this administration any respect.
Hold on. CEO. It's the people's ballroom. That's what you guys don't understand. Like, a federal building requires federal funding and a federal plan. And if you're building this building and you're not telling us where you're getting the money from, and you could very well be getting money from people that are harmful to the US, when this person is no longer the president of the United States, these people can say, hey, we helped you build this ballroom. We should have access to it. You know, like, it's kind of like setting the next administration up for the okie doke. You know, it's like, if you take bad money, if you take dark money for your ballroom that's supposed to be a federal building, then why can't you tell us where the money is coming from? And the federal government you can't privatize the federal government. That's the problem, CEO. That is all people, it has to be fully transparent, and he doesn't want to be fully transparent. So that makes people scratch their heads. Like, who is building this freaking ballroom, and why is it so damn important to him? You know, it's like a gotcha getcha kind of thing. You know, that's what people don't want. Like, he's not the king of America. He's the president, and the people run the presidency. It's we, the people, not I, Donald Trump, deem this necessary, so I'm going to do it come hell or high water. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't just fire everybody in the federal government. You can't just build whatever ballroom you want. You have to follow the rules. Like, he can't just appoint any old person he wants to be the CDC director. Congress has to vote on it. He can suggest this is who he wants to be the CDC director, but Congress will initially have the final say. just like the Electoral College gets to pick who our next president is. Like, there's checks and balances in order to keep things somewhat fair. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, CEO. He saved the people some money. I get that. But if you take money from El Chapo, then El Chapo got a hand in your pocket. You might be a puppet for El Chapo. You see what people are thinking that this could be like? So, yeah, okay, let's go. Y'all are getting heated.
When they have treated
Y'all
media with
getting heated. Y'all be
maximum
nice to
malice
each
since
other.
Donald Trump entered the U.S. political scene. Every single time he interacts with some journalist in the Oval Office, it is an incredibly combative interaction. The Pentagon is actively removing career journalists and replacing them with MAGA influencers. So I understand showing up. I'm in the industry. It's part of the job to show face. But at the same time, I don't think that we should treat this like it's normal. This is not a normal White House Correspondents' Dinner. It should not be treated as such.
So for
I still stand by that to this exact moment. I stand by it doubly so. Now, returning back to Kash Patel for just one moment. The first video that
Okay.
released was of him in his fight, flight, or freeze moment, kind of just freezing during the actual event while this was actually happening. Not doing anything, not shooting out calls.
Okay, so you see the guys standing up. Those are the Secret Service men. And you see how alert they are? They're like my Doberman Pinscher. They're watching the room. They're trying to see like who is doing anything weird and funny. Is there somebody else that we need to take down? You see this little cute lady right here. I think she's a CNN News correspondent. You know, she's got her phone up. She's recording even though she's scared. She's not under the table. She's not hunkering down. She's trying to get as much footage as she can get so she can take it back to work and break the story. Okay? He's the FBI director and he's kind of like hunched down underneath the Secret Service men. Now, I get that we're all scared here, but I've been in a little active shooter event at one of the Battle of the Bands, and I had my little brother with me. I threw my little brother under some bleacher chairs, and I kind of like stood over him so that if there was somebody bum rushing us, I would have to like intercept the person first and protect my little brother. He's supposed to be there with his girlfriend. Where's his girlfriend, y'all? Do y'all see her? Keep watching.
Calls immediately. I'm pretty sure like Caitlin Collins was more active in the moments following getting information than our own FBI director was. Kind of illustrates the point of how important media is, how important freedom of press is, because sometimes we're more effective than the people who are supposed to be in charge as they're incompetent. Dasha Burns reports a top White House official tells her that Kash Patel is likely the next cabinet level official to go. The humiliation ritual continues. Quote, "It's only a matter of time," the official, who was granted anonymity to discuss the matter, told her. "There are several reasons," the official said, "but top among them is the number of negative stories centered on Patel. It's kind of not a good look for the cabinet secretary. And Trump is fed up with the level of distraction." Well, maybe Trump should not be always trying to deflect, blame the other side, and be an asshole. Watch this, and then we'll talk about Kash's girlfriend.
Also at the dinner last night was your Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
His sister, Carrie Kennedy, was there. They've both witnessed their father and their uncle be assassinated.
That's right.
Erica Kirk was there. The House Majority Leader, Steve Scalise, was there.
What is this pity party sorrow tour that Trump is going on? Jesus.
Political violence has
I mean, I get what you're saying, James. James says, weird you bring up the Electoral College as validation when Democrats are working to subvert the electoral. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. So I just try to spit it all out because all day while I'm at work in a federal capacity, I hear it on both sides. Like I'm the girl that's watching the US Senate hearings all day. I'm the girl who's scouring Reddit, the Washington Post, other different news threads, so that I can report the latest and greatest information coming out from anywhere to my leaders. I don't know, my leaders could be Republican, they could be Democrats, so I just have to give them all the information. So when I'm here, I'm not here at speaking to you guys as a Democrat or a Republican. I'm just trying to usher out information, whether it leans Democrat or Republican. I'm sorry to you, but yeah, these are things that do have checks and balances. Do I agree with them getting rid of the Electoral College? I don't know. I'm not there yet. Um, I think that they might need to look at it to make sure that it's fairly divided. I don't know if it needs to go away completely. But then you guys get upset when you guys don't get it your way. When the popular vote doesn't match the Electoral College vote, some of you all get really up in arms over that. So I just brought it up to highlight the fact that there are checks and balances in place, or there's supposed to be. So I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just trying to speak to the facts. Okay, James? So don't be mad at me. Hit the subscribe button. I hope you like the video.
So many people in that room. Is there something that you as president can do? What can be done to change the trajectory?
Well, you go back 20 years, 40 years, 100 years, 200 years, 500 years. It's always been there. People are assassinated. People are injured. People are hurt. And I'm not sure that there's any more now than there was. I do think that the hate speech of the Democrats, much more so, is very dangerous. I really think it's very dangerous for the
Dude, this is like a troll. Donald Trump said that he wanted to end an entire civilization 2 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, he said that Robert Mueller dying was a good thing. He said he's glad. 2 months ago, Rob Reiner got murdered by his son, and Donald Trump celebrated. Donald Trump has acted like the Democratic Party should not exist, and now he's going to say that the Democratic rhetoric is dangerous. Pure gaslighting. And again, this sick sorrow tour is honestly rather annoying. But the New York Times rapid response article that was posted essentially cooked Kash Patel and exposed his girlfriend. So in the moments following the shooting and the shots ringing out, a lot of the journalists who were there were, going to different rooms, asking questions, doing reports, doing more work than Kash Patel was doing. I'll tell you that for sure. And they were then live updating that on, CNN or New York Times, sending live updates on Twitter. And this is one that caught everybody's eyes. Quote, "I'm one of the small number of journalists traveling with the White House press pool tonight. We were in a hall just outside the ballroom when the commotion first rang out. Several things happened in quick succession. Tuxedoed agents pulled out guns and began running towards the ballroom. White-jacketed caterers screamed and bolted for stairwells. Pandemonium reigned as a top cabinet official was evacuated. Robert Kennedy Jr. and his wife, Cheryl Hines, came out and were ushered into an elevator. Then Jeanine Pirro emerged. The FBI Director, Kash Patel, came tearing across the hallway with 2 men in tow. Quote, his girlfriend was hiding in a room with another man who was holding her hand." No shot. He spent all of our taxpayer dollars on her just for this to happen? Lord have mercy. Reporters are about to be taken back into the ballroom. Again, Kash Patel's girlfriend was hiding in a room with another man who was holding her hand after he spent countless hundreds of thousands of dollars on private jets and Ubers for her and her friends, which is despicable and disgusting. But man, for it to end up like this is brutal for Mr. Kash Patel. I'm going to leave it there. If you appreciate this breaking news and appreciate the news we bring, make sure you drop a like. Subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. I love you all.
I
Peace
hit
out.
the like button. So I like I said, I'm going to leave this video in the description. I thought it was, he's young. He's a fresh take on it, whether you agree with his opinion or not. I didn't want to play the typical video talking about it, and I did want to show this whole Kash Patel debacle thing. In government, there's a big shakeup right now because they're changing all the rules and how you can travel, because there's been a lot of sorry, that's Winston. He wants me to give him rubbies, and I just refuse to give him rubbies while I'm online with you all. But there's been a shakeup with government travel because people have been kind of like abusing it. And again, you can't just travel the way you want to just because you work for the government, because we, the people, are paying for that travel. We, the people, do not think that you need to be driving or flying in black cars, in the fanciest of black cars, or the front seat of the airplane every time you travel. Sometimes you need to fly coach. Sometimes you need to take a taxi instead of an Uber. But you heard what he said, right? That Kash Patel was spending a whole bunch of money for his girlfriends to fly it and travel around. So very interesting that he and his girlfriend would be separated from each other, because where was she when you saw him at the table with those Secret Servicemen standing above him? You didn't see his girlfriend anywhere to be found. So allegedly, we don't know if this happened or not, but we didn't see her. So it does kind of lend to the truth that she could have possibly been hunkering down in another room with another man, and allegedly he was holding her hand. Not a good look, and probably the reason why he's drinking so much. Okay, Winston has another toy. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Yes, Sir Winston. Thank you so much, CEO, for the $5. And Homie was in the chat earlier. I wanted to say thank you to him because he sent me a super chat yesterday on Sunday on one of my videos. And I appreciate you guys so much for sending me love and support via the super chat with super stickers and cash apps. The Genius CEO also sent me a cash app to my new cash app for my new channel, Power and Petals with Raquel. So I am going to save this video, but I'm going to stop sharing it. So it's just me again. Hi guys. Hi. I'm not going to keep you all too long because I have to start dinner. But I do think this is a better time for everybody. How do you guys feel about the time coming on earlier? This is my new channel, guys. Power and Petals with Raquel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Like I said, this is going to be adult civics kind of class where we're not going to get into Democrat or Republican. I mean, we will talk about that stuff, but we're just going to talk about we're just going to talk about, sorry, I keep moving you guys off of the screen, but we're just going to talk about you know, because a lot of us aren't so educated in politics, in our local politics. Most of us focus on national politics, and that's all well and cool. But yeah, I want you guys to be better educated so that I'm not the only one watching C-SPAN all by myself. Now I'll have you guys to watch C-SPAN with me, and we'll be educated or better educated on the local politics going on in our communities. Because y'all don't live here in Georgia with me. I live in Georgia. I live in a big county called Gwinnett County. And so we'll just, we'll meet on Saturdays. We'll talk local and national politics. And then I'll also open up the chat so that you guys can come up and talk to me about the things that are happening in your cities, in your counties. And, you guys can tell me, what's going on with the Jasmine Crockett's in your area, what's going on with, the weirdo politicians like, we got Tiffany Henyard. Can y'all believe the people's mayor from Chicago, Tiffany Henyard? She's running here in Georgia as a Republican now. I'm going to be talking about that kind of stuff on Power and Petals with Raquel. You might see Raquel video because I got a new laptop. You might see Raquel down, trying to catch Tiffany Henyard, shopping at Phipps Plaza Mall, or what I mean, with our government dollars. I'm going to be doing some investigative reporting. So if you haven't, this is my new channel. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you all where we talk about politics from a civics point of view. I also bought a whole bunch of books, so I'm not going to be starting until May 1st because I want to be able to be more comfortable with talking about certain subjects. Okay. What's up, Square Biz? I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Did you ever message Melanin? We'll save that for another time. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate y'all. But wait, I have super chat things to play. Here's a super chat. That's me hugging you, jumping on you to hug you for the super chat. That was for you too, the Genius CEO. I appreciate you. I forgot I had drops. And I also have applause. Thanks to CDT Beats. I have applause. Yeah. So sign up for my, subscribe to my channel, my new channel. And thank you all so much for being here tonight, supporting me. I appreciate y'all very much. Okay. So we got one more thing to cover. We're going to talk about Spain. Yes, we have to talk about Spain because I'm half Spanish and my parents live in Spain now full time. Poor things. They live in Spain now part time, but they moved to Spain because they thought that they both retired and they thought that they could get away from the American politics, the humdrum of the American politics. And guess what? Now Trump has Spain in his crossfire. Okay. Spain is getting dragged for filth because President Donald Trump wanted to use Spain's airspace. Hold on, I'm sharing the wrong thing. He wanted to use Spain's airspace, and Spain was like, "Nah, we ain't getting involved with no war. We don't want to do that." Okay, we want to. Hold on, let me see. Where is this article? Let's see. I think it was this one. It's this BBC article, I think. No, it's not this BBC article because that BBC article is not free. Hold on, let me get the one that's free. Forgive me, y'all. So basically, Trump has it out for Spain because Spain wouldn't let Trump use the airspace. It's having to go back and forth from America to Iran is going to be used. That's a lot of jet fuel. That's a big cost to the United States. So Trump was like, "Hey, Spain, why don't y'all let us use your airspace?" And Spain was like, "Are you kidding me? Hell no, we ain't letting you use our airspace. No, you're going to have to just basically you're out on your own." Okay. So let me share this here. Let me put it up here so that I can display it for y'all down there. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. I'm a little rusty. I've been letting Ali and Fatty drive the shows for the last week. So I haven't been driving. Okay, here we go. So this is an article about the U.S. remarks on NATO are pushing Europe to seek alternative security options, Spain says. Okay. So these are German soldiers. Trump got everybody up in arms all across the world. Okay. Everybody is playing war games. They don't know what's going to break out because Trump is getting fed up with people that say no to him. And Spain is a country that is a part of NATO, just like the U.S. is a part of NATO, just like Germany is a part of NATO. And they're just like, because we said no to this fucker, now he wants to put us out of NATO. And that's not fair. Okay. So all the little countries that are around Spain that are a part of NATO, they're like, what's going to happen now if Trump is talking like this about Spain? He might talk like this about us. if we don't do what he says. Okay. So in this article from Al Monitor, this is the Middle East leading independent news source since 2012. So I picked this one because it's a little interesting. We can't say that it's American leaning. Okay, so I'm picking these articles based on the fact that they're free, and I'm trying not to have such a bias. You know, these are articles that my parents might be coming across while they're in Spain on their computers looking at news and information about America, right? All right, so this article here says Madrid, April 7th. Recent U.S. complaints about NATO allies and threats to quilt the alliance are pushing Europe countries to seek alternative security arrangements. Spain Foreign Minister Jose Manuel Alvarez said on Tuesday, after Europe countries declined to send their natives to open up the Strait of Hormuz or Hamas to global shipping following in the start of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran on February 28th, U.S. President Donald Trump has declared he is considering withdrawing from the alliance, thrusting it into crisis. And the reason why it would thrust the alliance into crisis is because we all put money into a pot. Okay, all of these countries put money into the pot. You know, Spain, everybody says that Spain doesn't put a lot of money into the pot. They don't put as much money as Germany, and Germany doesn't put as much money as America. I'm using these countries because these are countries that I've lived in. I have family in these countries, and I love America very much. Okay, it's like, it's hard, you know. I get when people say you can't have allegiances to two countries or to multiple countries because, yeah, you're always going to have a favorite, right? But anyway, after European countries declined to send their natives to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, I read that already. Alvarez said the decision was entirely up to Trump, but underscored that NATO allies stood in solidarity with Washington after September 11th. After the September 11th, 2001 attacks. NATO is a mutually beneficial alliance for both Europeans and Americans, but the U.S. administration's remarks and new positions on Euro-Atlantic security are inviting us Europeans to take a leap in terms of our own sovereignty and defense matters, Alvarez told Al Sexta TV channel. I believe that's in Spain. We must take our citizen security and dissuasion into our own hands, he said. To do so, he said, the EU should advance toward a pan-European army and integrate its defense industries, but also create a digital single market and a capital markets union. Spain's leftist government has become one of the most vocal critics of the war on Iran, which it calls illegal and reckless. It has closed Spanish airspace, like I said earlier, to U.S. planes involved in the strikes and banned them from using jointly operated military bases in southern Spain. Trump has vowed to retaliate against Spain using trade tariffs. So, and this is Spain's prime minister right here. This is the guy like, hey, you know, I think this is sad to me. I hate it for Spain, you know, because now they're in a pickle. You know, their economy is already not doing so well, and now you're going to be threatened with tariffs. You know, it's just it's a bad look. But I get when they say that they don't want to get involved because they don't have a big military. That's why they're talking about banding together with other European countries, because Spain has a very tumultuous history. Spain really did F itself, you know, after the Moors, after the slave trading, after all of that stuff was going on in the world, they have fallen very, very, very far and hard. So they need any alliance they can get right now. And you've basically your biggest ally is saying they don't want to fuck with you no more. So they trying to put you out. And you're grasping at straws, because if they put you out and then they put tariffs on you, it's going to send your country into a deeper tailspin. So it makes me very, very sad to see. Yeah, it makes me very sad to see this going on right now. But shout out to Germany for, doing what it can to kind of like, teeter totter this thing, say no on something, say yes to others, try to be the level headed person in the fight. Yeah, a lot of European countries are having a tough time. I agree with that. I agree with that, Pooh Man. They are. It's rough out there for them. And TBI Tom, Spain also relies on France for powering their electric grid. Yeah. Yeah. And France and Trump, they kind of cool. Like Trump was just coming at Candace Owens for talking about the president of France's wife or husband, I don't know, allegedly, like he didn't like that. Did y'all see what he put up about Candace? That was crazy, So yeah, for a country that depends on everybody else for so many things, it's a little too late now. Now that people are talking about not messing with you no more, you probably should have been building your country's infrastructure up before all of this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with Spain and Trump and Europe and everybody. So yeah, Tom's laughing at me. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Macron, right? Macron, the wife, yeah, or the husband. I don't know, y'all. Have y'all seen those memes of those the soccer players meeting the president of France's wife, and how they're looking like so dumbstruck, like they don't know what they're looking at. It looks, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for y'all before I go. President's wife. It's just weird. I don't know what to think about it. It's just like, why is everybody looking at her so strangely? Okay, I got it, y'all. I got it. Is it on? Oh, it's on TikTok, so it might have music. Hold on. Oh, okay. So just to get a little messy, just to do a little bit of a little funny before I send y'all off to eat y'all's dinner tonight. I'm gonna play this video. Let me stop sharing this one. And again, I'm gonna share this video of this article in the description box so that you guys can go back and give it a read. Maybe there's some other things on that website that you want to read. I don't know what other countries you guys are from. If you guys are watching me from other countries, it would even be interested in it. But I'm gonna share this with y'all. It's crazy. It looks so crazy. Let's see. Here it is, a TikTok. Okay, so it's a TikTok. Okay, so this is a video that I'm talking about. This lady, this person, I'm gonna say this person here is the president of France's wife, right? He's a president, right? Or is he a prime minister? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Donald Trump of France, the country of France. He's meeting the soccer players, okay? And he has his wife with him. Now watch this, y'all. This is just so weird to me. Watch this.
with those awkward looks. Barcola looked confused. Full up and down scan like, wait, did I just see what I think I saw? And Marquinhos lifted that trophy like he was being held hostage. That face screamed, get me out of here. The whole PSG squad looked like school kids trying not to laugh during detention. Let's not kid ourselves. They've seen the rumors. Probably watched the whole Brigitte is actually documentary in the hotel the night before. Then the next morning, front row to the conspiracy in 4K. All I'm saying is the internet's undefeated. It wasn't just Hakimi and Hernandez with those
I'm not going to leave that in the description for y'all to go back and watch, okay? I am not, okay? I am not. But y'all, did y'all see that? Now, why would all those different soccer players from all different walks of life be looking at that lady or a person or a man? I don't know. I think I snapped allegedly. You know, maybe Candace Owens is onto something. I don't know. They're making documentaries about it. I don't know. Like, if you were like, it's like 2026. If you're gay, just say you're gay. Nobody's going to care. People will commend you for living in your truth. You know, if you're a man, just say you're a man and you like dressing up as a woman. Nobody's going to care. We're all going to appreciate that you're living in your truth. We don't want to be tricked. Like, people just have a fear of that, you know? But that was my show for today, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope that I missed you guys. I hope that this time works better for everybody. My kid is completing the 10th grade. So I'm going to need to get dinner on the stove earlier. I'm not going to have any excuse as to, you know, why I can be up so late. You know, I'm going to have to get things done sooner. So I'm going to be going to bed sooner. So I need to talk to you guys sooner. So I hope 6 o'clock works for you all. I'll do a poll. If you guys don't like it, maybe I can bump it up to 7. But according to my YouTube analytics, most of you guys are online at 6 o'clock, and it didn't seem to really impact my viewership. So I actually think I saw more of you guys during this time than I do at 9 p.m. So I do want to say thank you to everybody who gave a donation tonight. Square Biz, thank you so much. The Genius CEO, thank you so much. And Cases and Cams, thank you so much for all of your support. I want to give you all a round of applause for being here with me and supporting me. But when the soccer players were meeting the Macron's wife, they were like,
"Who's this nigga?"
Or they were like, hold up. Or they were like,
you don't find that suspicious?
Oh my God, no, but y'all know y'all think that's funny. Y'all got jokes. Hey Norbert. Hey, Juice Drops ENT. What's up? Will Stacks? It's great for you, Pooh Man. Good, because you always have to go to bed and then you always catch the replay. But I do love that for you, that I have somebody dedicated to catching my replays. I appreciate that too. What am I cooking? Last night it was tacos. Tonight it's pasta. A little chicken Alfredo. That's what I'm cooking tonight. Y'all so greedy. Mr. DT Dun Tuts. He says, my truth is you are my new wife. Aw, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take all the nice comments. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching the show. So tonight, Smell the Roses Rose Report is not just about, you know, shots. Hold on. I got shots. I think I got a shots. Hold on. I think I got a, yeah. That's my little That's my little soundbite for the pow pow. But yeah, it's not just all about, you know, what happened with Donald Trump and at that ballroom or the scandals in Spain. It's about whether the people in power are actually creating order, right? So I think that's something that we all can appreciate, because if we don't have order, then we have a whole bunch of people running amok doing what that gentleman did. um you know, and like I said earlier, if you're going to be bringing a pow pow into a public space, pow pow bullets don't have names on them. So if this happens while we're at a concert, or we're down at the train station, or we're at the mall, like in Louisiana, which was just so unfortunate that that 15-year-old girl lost her life, you know, when she was just doing a unofficial skip day as a senior. Now she's going to be buried and put to rest. When you bring a gun into a public space, you are endangering everybody. And it's not just about the person you're going after, it's about all of the innocent people around you, the women, the children, the service workers, the men working on the power lines or the sidewalks or the plumbing. So, you know, we need, instead of people like Kash Patel just performing control while everything gets messier, we need people to actually have some fucking control. Okay. So I really appreciate all of you guys rocking with me for this. How long have we been on here? We've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me for this hour and 20 minutes. Oh, thank you, Wolf Stacks. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. Hold on. Did I just get a super chat? I have to play something for you. Don't go anywhere, Wolf Stacks. This is for you. This is for you. I appreciate you and everybody that contributed to the show tonight. Drop a rose in the chat if you think leadership needs accountability and not excuses. If you're watching now or you catch the replay, I want to know what you think, right? Yeah. And then I will see you all on Wednesday for Wilted Roses Wednesday. Well, we'll talk more about the ratchet things going on in the media. Okay. Oh, CEO, I'm sorry. I'll play it for you. I'll play it for you. Thank you so much, CEO. I love when he says, I. That is so funny to me. Yeah, did y'all want to see? Oh, so some of you guys know that I got in trouble, right? Because I made a Cash App drop. Do y'all want to see my new Cash App drop? Yeah, I. Do y'all want to see? Hey, Wanda, are you the red flag, Wanda? Are you the red flag? Me and my husband, we was cracking up at that red flag one. I saw 1 and 2, Wanda. Keep going, Wanda. I like those. Okay, y'all want to see it. Okay. All right. So this is my dirty oh, well, let me not spoil it for y'all. Love your new profile picture, Wanda. That is so pretty. Red is your color, girl. Red is your color. Okay, so this is my Cash App drop. I think this is more appropriate. Okay, my husband he liked this one. Okay, let me show y'all. Here we go. What do y'all think about that? Y'all like that? Yeah, I thought that was more me, right? Hey, Dark Lake, he says, thanks for preaching logic to the sisterhood on Fatty's show. Oh my God, thank you for supporting me. It's easy for me to talk logic there. Because the chat is so supportive. So thank you for saying that, Dark Lake, and for taking a chance on me over here on my own channel. I appreciate you so much. I definitely will keep trying to preach logic without losing my head, because sometimes they drive me crazy and I just want to snap on them, which I know is not good for the conversation. Ali and Fatty, well, Ali mostly tries to like get me to calm down, but I owe you this. I owe you this. I appreciate you so much, Dark Lake. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. If you haven't liked the video, please like my video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed. Consider becoming a member of the Rose Garden, right? Join, become a member, be one of my rosebuds. And then I will see you all on Wednesday. I appreciate all of the love so much. Y'all be sweet to each other in these other chat rooms. Be sweet to each other in traffic on your way to work tomorrow. Thank you, Wanda, so much for gifting a membership. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for helping my garden grow, Wanda. And we're going to do the same for you. So you keep making those videos. We're going to keep watching them. I'll be posting them on my community posts to help you get more subbies and more views. So we all help each other here in the garden. If you ever need any kind of tips, tricks, or pointers for your video uploads, Wanda, you just let me know. Reach out to me through email and I'll call you and we can set something up where I can help you. But yeah, I really appreciate you so much for all of your support. So any kind of help that you need with your channel, I got you. Okay, friend? Yes, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So it's 7:30. This is a great time for me to segue into cooking dinner. And then I'll be taking a shower and taking my butt to bed. Okay. Y'all have a great night. I will see y'all on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Okay. Bye-bye.